Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you're fine with the grace of the Almighty God. So, students, as you see that our chapters explanation, that revision of the chapter is going to be started. Okay, that is our today's chapter is chapter 6, and our topic of the chapter is hot or cold. As you know that I have already previously explained this chapter. Today I'll be doing the revision of this chapter. Okay, for the revision you have to take the page number 14 of the chapter 6. Okay, this is book number 2. Okay, this is book number 2. So let's get started with the story time. While going to school, Suman felt very hot. While the Suman was going to school, he was feeling very hot. Okay, so it was very hot and sunny morning was there. Okay, today's morning also it was, it was sunny morning. Okay, because sun was outside. It was sunny morning. Then suddenly she saw dark clouds in the sky and it began to rain. And suddenly she saw what? The dark clouds. And the dark clouds and suddenly it began to rain. She could feel the raindrops on her hand. While she did like this, then she was feeling the raindrops on her hand because the raindrops was touching the hand. Okay. Then by the time the school got over, okay, and that time the school got over, okay, then over and it became bright and sunny again, and afterwards it became the bright and sunny again. Okay, it became the bright and sunny again. Suman was very confused about these changes. Suman was very confused about these changes, and she went home and asked her mother about the same. Then when he went home and asked about her mother that what is happening, how it is happening, right? That time only, it was raining and suddenly it started, rain stopped, okay, and the sun came outside. How it is happening? What is the reason of this? Okay, Suman was having plenty questions. He was asking his mother. Then she went home and asked her mother about this. So let us understand how it happens. Okay, how it does take place. So let's get started to understand this. The changes which take place in the atmosphere is called what? Weather. Okay, the changes which take place in the atmosphere is called the weather. Weather is the state of atmosphere over the short period of time, and climate is what? Fixed one. Okay, the climate is fixed one. Weather is, for the short period of time. If the weather pattern of the particular region is recorded and tracked for more than 30 years, it is called climate of the region. Suppose a person, a place, sorry, a person or a place weather, like we are feeling very hot outside, okay, and in Assam we will never feel cold, and this will stay up to 30 years. Okay, then this will become what? The climate. When the weather stays for 30 years, then it becomes what? Climate. Okay, so one can say the climate is the long-term pattern of the weather in a particular area. So we can say that the climate is what? A long-term pattern. Long term is a long term only, nearly about 30 years you have to follow. Okay. Earth is a unique planet. Our Earth is a very unique because each other features does not match with other, right? So you can say, and what is the unique thing is there in the Earth that it supports the life system. Okay. It supports the life system. Different parts of the world have different climates. In the some region it has cold and freezing, and it others it has hot and dry. So see, some places it is very hot and some places it is very dry. It is there. Suppose if you go to the Darjeeling in present time or Jammu Kashmir in the present time, you will feel cold there. Okay, you will feel cold there. So some places you may feel little hot and some places may feel cold. Some places you will feel much hotter. Like for example, if you go to the Rajasthan, okay, if you go to Rajasthan, you will feel very hot there at that time. Okay, so art is a very unique thing in this case. Okay, the variety of the light that exists on the art is because of the climate differences. Okay, there are different kinds of variety kinds of species and the plants, animals you can find. And what is the reason of this? Because of the climate's condition. Because the climate of the Assam is a very different. Okay, and in the present in the different regions it is different. Okay, the same pattern is noticed by the animals as well. You see, we can see the animals also in the different sizes. Like for example, I saw the goat. Goat, you know na, that bakri we are saying. I saw the goat of the local goats. If you see, this is the size will be, little bit smaller in size. If you go in the Calcutta, if you go in Delhi, the goat, it will be very big size. You can see. So why it is happening? Because of the climate conditions also. Okay, due to the weather condition. Weather is not permanent. Climate condition, especially of the climate condition, the human are habits are changing. Okay, the variety of the animals species are found on the earth. Okay, whereas according to the climate condition, there are variety kind of the, you can say, animals species we can find. Okay, which are different from each other, and animals such as polar bear and penguins that are found in the polar regions will not survive in the equatorial regions. The polar bear and the polar, that if we polar bear, if you take and if you keep in the Rajasthan desert, will it survive? No, it is not. It will not survive. Polar bear cannot survive into the Rajasthan desert. So it are habited to that area. Now, camel, if I take into the polar regions, it will die due to the extreme cold. So each and every places animals are also different. So climate also influences the development of the cultures and the civilization. So the climate also influences what? The development of the culture and the civilization of the people. People adapt themselves according to the climate of the places they live in. Okay, according to their means, adaptability. Now, a person who is living in a very hot region, so he can live in hot region. Now, if you go into live into the desert, you cannot live there. You know why? Because our weather will be different, their weather will be different, their climate will be different, and our climate will be different. So for that kind, we cannot mean survive in there. The kind of the food we eat, clothes we wear, houses we live in, all are determined by the climate. Like for example, now you are wearing the shirt. Are you wearing the jackets? Are you wearing the sweater? Are you at night you are taking the blanket? No. Okay. All this depends upon what? The weather only and the climate only. All depends upon the what? Climate. So suppose in the December month, can you eat ice cream? In the December, January months, can you eat ice cream? No, we cannot eat ice cream during the December and the January months, because during that time, if we eat ice cream, what will happen? We will fall sick. So during the hot summers, we love ice cream, right? During the hot summers, we love ice creams. We love to drink soft drinks, like Coca-Cola or Sprite, or mother is also preparing some kind, right, with the lemon. So these are like we are enjoying by eating this all. But during the, you can say, winter seasons, these are not good for our health. Okay. Climate also influences the development of the culture, civilization. People adapt themselves according to the climates of the places they live in. The kind of the food we eat, clothes we wear, houses we live in are all determined by the climate. People living in the hot desert region do not wear the coats. Okay, those who are living in the hot desert region will be wearing the coat. No, it is impossible for them to wear the coat. Okay, so the people adapt themselves according to the climate of the place they live in. The kind of the food we eat, clothes we wear, houses we live in are determined by the climate. People live in the hot desert region where the cold. This is not possible only, as I have told, in India, okay, which is an agriculture country. As we know that the India is an agriculture country, which grows different kinds of crops. Okay, India is an agriculture country which grows the different kinds of crops. This variety is possible only because of the variation in the climate of our country. So why this kind of variety we are getting? Because of the variation, because of the different kinds of variations of the climate of our country. There are several differences between the weather and the climate we can get. Okay, there are several differences of the weather between the weather and the climate we can get. Weather is the atmospheric conditions for the short period, and the climate is the what? Atmospheric conditions for the long period of a time. Okay, weather may be changed in a day. Okay, while climate may change after a long period of time. The daily life of the people is affected by weather, and the climate has the efforts of the food habit, transportation, housing, occupation, and the lifestyle. Factors affecting the climate we will study. There are many factors which are affecting the climate, especially if we study, then we'll come to know about the latitude, altitude, or the height of the sea level, winds, then the distance from the oceans or the sea, humidity. So let us study first the latitude. Okay, let us study first the latitude. The latitude, the regions which lie in the equatorial regions from the 0 degree to 23 half degree north, Tropic of the Cancer, and 0 degree to 23 half degree south, Tropic of the Capricorn, get heated by the intense rays of the heat sun. Places that are located on the equator gets directly rays on the sun almost throughout the year. Here's the rays fall down vertically and are concentrated on the small areas which increases their intensity. So the region is called torrid zone. Some of the places which lie in the torrid zone, Brazil, Malaysia, Hawaii, etc. These places have a wet climate, warm temperature, and the heavy rainfall. The regions which lie between the 23 half degree north Tropic of the Capricorn, Cancer, to the 63 half degree north towards the Arctic Circle, and between 23 half degree towards the south Tropic of Capricorn to 66 half degrees south Antarctic Circle experiences moderate climate, not too hot, not too cold also, so that they are neither too hot nor very cold. This is called the temperature zone. In some of the cases, these places have warm summers and cold winters, which moderate rainfalls in either summers or the winters. The rays of the sun fall slantingly at the poles, the regions which lie between the 66 half degree towards the north and Arctic Circle to the north 90 degree north and the 66 half degree south. Antarctic Circle to the north side 90 degrees south are called frigid zone. These regions are extremely cold and are covered with the snow throughout the year. This is also called as a polar regions. In some of the areas we have all from the equator that the rays of the sun tend to become more slanting and cover larger areas. This reduces their intensity greatly. That is why, okay, polar regions which are farther or fastest distance from the, you can say, equator are also cold throughout the year. So let us understand from the beginning, one giving example what I read. Okay, suppose, okay, for suppose I will see, okay, you see, suppose I will take one book, okay, I will take a book, this book on here, okay, I'll just fold it in this way, okay, I'll just fold it in this way. Now you can see the art is here. Okay, you can see the art is here. Understood? Now we know that the art is tilted. Okay, the art is tilted. You can see here. Now this portion can receive the sunlight, and the back of the art cannot receive the sunlight. Okay. Now which portion will be hot? Will be there. This portion. Okay. Back side will be the cold. Now this down part and the upper part is not receiving the sunlight. As a result, it is called polarization. Okay, whereas the you can find here what in here you can find so much cold. Okay, in down also you can find so much cold because of the absence of the sunlight. It is happening. Okay, because of the absence of the sunlight, it is happening. So, and the middle of the sun, this place is okay. Back of this, if you come in this side, you will get the temperature will be little bit okay type. Okay, you will neither feel not that much hot also, this much cold also. This is the temperature zone. Okay, this is the temperature zone. So, as you know that we have studied the different zones of the earth, so we will go next with the altitude or the height above the sea level. Okay, page number 16 you go, then you can see here altitude or the height above the sea level. So places which are located at the same distance from the equator may have different types of the climate. This happens because of the altitude. So you know, places that have different place, there are different places are there. Like for example, altitude or the height above the sea level. You say compare the places of the Guwahati and Shillong. Compare the places of the Guwahati and Shillong. Like for example, the Guwahati is here. Okay, the Guwahati is here, and the Shillong will be in the up. Okay, if you go in Shillong, then you have to go from the Guwahati only. You have to enter from the Guwahati only. Shillong will be in the down. Okay, and the Guwahati will be in the up. Up one is receiving the winds, so much winds. Okay, so what will happen in this place? There will be what? There will be cold type of weather will be there. And the down part is receiving extreme sunlight. As a reason, this place will be the hot little bit as compared to the upper part. As upper much you go, how much up you will go, that much temperature will go down. As lower you come, the temperature will rise. You remember this one, okay? As lower you come, the temperature will rise. As upper you go, the temperature will, it will fall. It will go back. Like for example, Jammu Kashmir, if you say, Jammu Kashmir temperature is very, less. Why? Because it is a very upside. Okay, maybe if your father is army, when your father is maybe posted in Jammu Kashmir, or if your father is working in army, police, or somebody is there, you may be posted in Shillong, or you went to visit in Shillong, then you have also seen that the temperature which is in the Guwahati is not matching with the Shillong. It is like AC is going on in the air, right? In the weather, you can find the AC is going on. Okay, AC is on, but it is a very nice type of pleasant type of atmosphere you can get there. Places which are higher altitudes are there will be cooler and the temperature will be the lower. Okay, for example, even the Shimla in the Himachal Pradesh and Firozpur in the Punjab have nearly the same latitude. The latter is very hot during the summer. Okay, as I have told that local example only I have given about the Guwahati and the Shillong. Similarly, if we move from the plains towards the mountain region, we will find them the covered with the snow. This is why the reason we are having hill station like Shimla, Nainital, okay, are cold even the summer. And Darjeeling is also there. It's a very beautiful place. May you have visited this, okay. Then also normally what happens is that as the height of the place increases, as much you go up, okay, as much you go up, it gets cooler. I told you, na? I told you about this. And there are plenty of the hill station in India, like for example, Darjeeling, Sikkim, Shimla, Kullu Manali, Dharmshala, Ooty, Nainital, which remains relatively cool in the summer months too. Dear students, I have taught you this. Next class, I'll be teaching you winds, distance from the oceans or the sea, then humidity, changes in the climate. Okay, so today's topic I'll be stopping here because time is up. Only 2 minutes are left. After that, our class will be ended. If I start this topic, then I cannot finish it. Okay, so our next this part of the revision. This is first part of the revision. Second part of the revision will be made on the later next classes. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.